Hello, everybody, and welcome. I got some news. I know I'm late on this with quite a few days from the BBG 560 beta dropping on Monday. I'm sorry about that. Had quite a few chaotic days to deal with, but now we do need to take a look at the patch notes over here. We do have the new version in preparation for the 560. The beta build is out for the players to try it on their normal games, and we're gonna need to see how much feedback we're gonna have, how many of them will like the changes, how many of them will not like the changes. As you can see in the global changes, we do have Moksha Pingala Arena down to 4 turns to establish from the 5 turns they had previously. We do have also in the Pantheons, initiation rights is down to 30% faith per unit. Yeah, from 35%. Interesting, a bit of a nerf over here, even though, well, I guess we're going to need to see if the players are still going to get initiation rights to get a nice and juicy monumentality going while fighting their opponents. We do have in the Wonders, Great Zimbabwe now gives 2 traders on top of the 2 trade outs that you get extra. We do have in the buildings, aerodrome buildings cost 15% down 15%, airport from 480 to 400 and hangar from 380 to 320. I do believe this is gonna actually give the opportunity to the players to acquire more aluminium, which in turn you can imagine we're gonna need to see more planes in the air, which, to be honest, especially late game, it is quite nice to actually see those air forces fighting other air forces. We do have in the all power plants to refining from electricity. Okay, so the all power plant got moved from electricity to refining. In the district, we do have this discount mechanic reduced to 35% for most districts and 20% for the government plaza and the Diplo quarter from 40 and 25. This is actually something that has been asked for, I think, a year now or more than a year now. They just got to actually implement it, and I'm actually quite curious how this is going to be adopted by all of the players, and of course what changes we're going to see in the game in terms of meta. A lot of the players were basing their strategies on this district discount, and we've seen so many of them adopted. So now that it got reduced over here, we're going to need to see if anything will happen in the timings they do get against their opponents, and how different leaders to adapt to this. Huts, oh wait, I didn't get this one. Unique district cost augmented to 55% from 50%. So you don't get wait, augmented means it got added, right? So unique district cost, do they mean we only get a 45% discount for the unique district? Like you don't get it half cost anymore, you get like a little bit more than half cost? Okay, I guess. Huts relics delayed to 2015 from the start of the game. Okay, I mean, this again was something that was as for a lot by the players. Zero faith apostle strategy, faith reduction for every player reduced to 5%, holy order to 25%, Menashki Hagia Sophia to 25%, theocracy to 10% from 15, Exodus to 20% from 25. We got Spain also to 25% from 30. Okay, I mean, quite a few less bonuses over here. It is what it is. Yeah, but it was a strategy that actually has been played out. So yeah, it is what it is. Now it's fine. Now we got it. It's fine. It's good. Improvements. Lumber mill. +1 production at ballistics and synthetic materials instead of all steel and cybernetics. In the quarries, we do have the +1 production at military engineering instead of gunpowder. Well, this is a little bit earlier, so 1 tick earlier. I think it's a good change. +2 production at rocketry instead of the +1 at rocketry and +1 at predictive systems. This actually, I like. The players will be incentivized to keep those stones and keep the quarries going. And of course, even if you do have gypsum or marble, you're gonna be happy with this change over here. Civilization minor changes. Okay, what do we have here? America Lincoln, no more units maintenance reduction. America Teddy Rough Rider, combat bonus delayed by 1 era, from antique era to industrial era to classical era to modern era. So the timings, I think, are going to be a little bit affected over here for Teddy Rough Rider, especially when he wanted to get some sort of a courser attack against his opponent over here. He's not going to get that extra bonus that he definitely needed. I would imagine Teddy Rough Rider will be more prone to having later timings in the game, so he can get the full benefits of his combat bonus. We do have China. Wu Zetian now gets a freshwater new freshwater kick. Now gets a fresh new spy if it dies or gets captured. Okay, I mean, sure, that was a strategy. That was a mechanic that was implemented, I think, with the the previous version, right? In the 5.5. The 5, I guess. We do have also projects now gives 50% more yields, faith food to 75% production. This is for Yongle, 50 from 50%. Also gold to 150% from 100. Interesting that they did beef this up quite a bit. We do have also science and culture per population to 0.7 and 0.5 from the 0.5 and 0.3. So China definitely wants to get very, especially Yongle wants to get those high tall cities over there to benefit from all of these. We do have also Colombia with a bonus movement delayed to political philosophy. This will actually slow down Gran Colombia quite a bit. We've seen multiple times in the competitive games how the players did manage to smash their opponents immediately after they did manage to get their Commandant General. Their units were already on the front line and were fighting their opponents, which of course was also because of the movement bonus. Not to mention all of those sorry about this. All of those units could get there quite quickly alongside the scouts. The scouts at the beginning of the game having that extra movement are extremely dangerous. We do have also, let's actually take a look over here. Dutch Wilhelmina campus now gives a +1 admiral point. You still need to build the harbors, but it will make it a little bit easier to actually get the admirals, which was something that Wilhelmina was definitely needing. Also, Dutch polders now don't have movement change for everyone. It was not possible to do it only for the Dutch units, so unfortunately. Ethiopia, Menelik II now gets science and culture from faith if the cities are settled on a resource or a hill from only a hill. Interesting. This might actually make Menelik II appear on other maps than Highlands, and even on Highlands we don't see it that often. It often gets banned. Now I'm actually excited to see Menelik II over here actually get some playtime. We do have also Ludwig from Germany. Wonders and unfinished wonders get the +1 culture per adjacent district from the +2 from finished wonders only. Okay, I mean, let's see how this works, if the players are gonna like Ludwig a little bit better. Anyway, Greece extra joker card delayed. This is the wildcard policy that you get extra to early empire from the code of law, so it is 2 columns later. Not bad. We're going to need to see if this is actually gonna make this is gonna slow down Greece. I don't believe it will slow it down that much, but yeah, it might. Of course, one of the perks of having that extra wildcard is to use, for example, the setter card alongside the builder card alongside something else. You can use a Gogi with the maneuver or with the -1 card and so on. There are quite a few combinations that are allowed because of that wildcard policy. So the later you get it, the lower tempo you're going to have at the beginning of the game. So we're going to need to see if it will be critical for Gorgo. For Gorgo or Pericles alike. I wouldn't say it's going to be critical, but it is going to be a slowdown. Now we do have also Inca Pakachuti with gets 50% reduction when buying mountain tiles. This makes sense, just like Canada has its reduction on its tundra tiles. I would imagine this would be quite nice. India, Varus are obsolete at ballistics, so when you get cuirassiers, you cannot get these Varus anymore instead of combustion, so a little bit earlier. Okay, I mean, yeah, sure. Varus, remember, do apply -5 against their opponents, especially after you get off over ballistics. They're not that relevant anymore, but in terms of combat strength, but they are relevant in applying those penalties to their opponents. We've seen players sometimes actually mix a few Varus in their army composition, so they can actually get the benefits of that. Khmer Jayavarman, holy sites get +1 faith when adjacent to a river from the +2. This is a bit unfortunate. Still, Khmer, I do believe it is going to be one of the most or craved civilizations, so I wouldn't say this actually affects him that much. It will give him less, for example, faith accumulated at the beginning of the game in the first monumentality area that he gets, which is gonna actually affect him. Might be an extra builder, for example. just from those from that lack of faith pattern. Congo Movember, the legend bonus should be working now. Okay. I mean, this is a big thing. The legend bonus actually working on Movember. I can't wait to actually see it being tried out by the players. And of course, maybe we're actually going to see some crusade in Movember. And we do have also Sejong Korea. Culture bonus when unlocking a new era is now equal to 100% the amount of science from 200%. Actually, this is something that I do believe it's a good change. We've seen Sejong over here managing to benefit so much from that extra boost that he gets in his culture because of the science per turn, and we've seen him hit some awesome timings when it comes to this attacks of his opponents. And we do have also Macedon, unlock a bonus military card at political philosophy. Interesting, this might actually bring back Macedon. Unlock some bonus military card at political philosophy. Amazing. Okay. I mean, who doesn't like some Hetaris just running around the map, right? We do have also Maya gets the +3 housing on the capital. Okay. Rome Caesar gets a free warrior on the capital at Code of Laws. Sure, let's start the campaign. Russia also bonus faith is now given to the capital from the empire, +1 production when settling the capital on Tundra. Okay. Scotland also Robert the Bruce. We do have him actually this I'm not sure if it will bring back Russia, but it will definitely increase its tempo, which I think it is going to be quite liked by the players. We haven't seen Russia in a competitive game in so long now. We had some talks on the live stream about this, and oh my god, it just, what is, you know, what's going on here? We do have also Scotland, Robert the Bruce removed its movement bonus when starting on a hill for settlers and scouts. Also the scouts now get 50% XP. Actually, we've seen quite a few players try out those Scottish units, the unique scouts, which are amazing, the Highlanders, and now we're going to need to see how they're gonna go. Well, they're not really, you know, they actually need upgrades later on, but now that it gets 50% XP, I can only imagine if it also manages to get to the level 3 or 4 quickly. Anyway, Sumeria now gets flood protection, same as Egypt. Okay, I didn't see this one coming. Maori, Ocean, remove the Ocean Star, remove the free... Removed units ability to from start of remove now starts on coast. Settler can embark at sailing. Embarked units get 2 extra movement at shipbuilding from the start of the game. I mean, I don't know. I'm just sad about this. I gotta say, it's a shock to actually see all of this removed. We're gonna need to see if this is actually gonna be what the players want over here and what is intended to get Maori back in the games and get him off the bench over there, because most of in quite a few tournaments and in quite a few games he actually gets banned quite a bit. But yeah, I don't know. It just, they removed the heart of Maori basically. We're gonna need to see if he's gonna get to build a new one or they're gonna put it back in. Not possible to implement, so council might find something else to compensate. Dutch unit, oh okay, they can't implement Dutch units, gets no movement penalty on polders. Scotland also gets a 50% reduction when upgrading recon units. Also to come during the beta, possible Mari rework. So we're gonna need to see during the upcoming days if there's gonna be any more updates over here for the BBG beta 5.6.0. It is live right now. You can actually check it out on Steam. I'm gonna leave a comment I'm gonna put the link in the description of the video so you can easily see it. So thank you so much. This was the patch notes for the BBG 5.6.0, and we're gonna need to see if the players are gonna want these changes and they're gonna adopt them very quickly, or we're gonna see some changes in next weeks. From what I understand, we're gonna see soon actually the BBG get this out. Let me actually see, is it in patch notes or was there another announcement? Because I'm pretty sure that we're talking about having like 6th of November. There we go, live around 6th of November. So anyway, thank you so much for everything. See you on the live streams in the competitive games on twitch.tv/OnSpotTV. Don't forget to follow and subscribe, not to mention like the video on YouTube. I do hope you're gonna enjoy the content for Civ 6. Bye.